Good morning. Hi everyone, my name's Jack. I'm a digital designer and today we are going to be creating a brand for an earring company. The prompt for today is very simple. We are going to create a clay earring brand that centers around all things love, themed appropriately today for Valentine's Day. What you can expect to see in this video is a glimpse into my workflow. We're going to start with a creative brief, move into stylescaping, create the brand after that, and then actually present the brand. Very quickly, let's go over our brief. The business today is named Sweet Nothings. It is centered around creating clay earrings that go with all things love. This business came to be because the owner fell in love with her passion, which is creating earrings. This sparked the idea that love in all forms, whether that's platonic or romantic or anything like that, is equally important across the board. And what better way to honor love than to showcase it daily in self-expression? Our target audience is going to be 13 to 30-year-olds, any gender. To successfully complete this brand identity, we are going to create a complete logo suite, which is a primary logo, a secondary logo, and a submark. We're gonna come up with a color palette, and we are going to create a pattern. Even more so, we are going to make an earring box design. We are going to make a thank you card, a business card potentially, and then anything else that kind of sparks our interest in really making the brand pop. So now that we've gone over the creative brief, let's move into stylescaping. So here's the stylescape that I have already created. If you want to know how I make these stylescapes, I have another video called How to Design Stylescapes. Feel free to look at that. It has a lot of really important information in it. But if you've already seen it, you know that I usually make 3 stylescapes, a mild, medium, and spicy, and I go with whatever one makes the most sense for the creative brief. However, I had the design style in mind before I even started creating this. I knew I wanted to make something within this vein, so I don't need to make 3 because this is what I wanted to do. So yeah, so as you can see, what we're not doing is going with anything that's like luxury or fancy or expensive kind of feeling. Think like diamonds, K-jewelers, things like that. That's not what this is. What we want to do is take it back to a more innocent, naive, and basic idea of love. Think like on here, the hearts and pink and red, kind of tacky a little bit. Anything that can be seen like that or as like kind of young. And then what I want to do is like take that and then twist it on its head. I want to bring a level of fun back into it and take this cliche idea of what love is and make it kind of exciting again. How I want to make it exciting again is take the traditional like pink and red colors, brighten them up a little bit. As you can see here, this is like a little bit brighter of a pink than I usually see for Valentine's Day. It's usually a little bit softer pink. And then take this red, I added a little bit of orange into it, and then created a periwinkle color to pair with it. I took a lot of inspiration from this photo right here. I really love the way that they have these colors together, and I feel like it screams classic cliche Valentine's Day, but it gives it a level of interest. The periwinkle blue color really does add a little bit of spice into it and interest, and because we're going with all genders, the blue kind of breaks up the over aggressive femininity that pink and red can have. What else I'm doing is I want to bring in an element of black. I don't know how much black per se I want to add. I think that I'm going to have to explore with those colors a little bit, but it might even be a dominant color. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to play. And then I have this like light peachy pink color that's almost like creamy. I really like that as just a pairing color and an alternative for white. Another way that I'm going to bring a little bit of a unique twist to this traditional cliche Valentine's Day kind of vibe is I want to bring in some fun caricatures. So taking inspiration from like this style of tattoo I've seen a lot, and then this kind of interesting moon and heart. I really want to pull off of those and create my own little caricature. That could be maybe the logo mark or just part of the pattern for Sweet Nothings. I think that it would be really cute that way. So I'm going to bring in some really fun and fresh ideas into something that's been very traditional and kind of boring and overdone for a while. Another way that I want to spice this up is with the name Sweet Nothings. I feel like it can really utilize two different fonts, a cursive font and then a heavy font, like Sweet being in cursive and then Nothings being in a heavy. But I've seen that done a lot recently, and while I don't think that that's a terrible thing, I think that that's really great. I kind of want to do something that's a little bit more timeless, or not even necessarily timeless, just a little bit different than where the trend is right now. So I really am drawing inspiration from this noise font. I want to make it a little bit more funky and cater to that 13 to 30-year-old audience. So I came up with these, or I found these fonts, and essentially I'm really battling between these three fonts as the main one. This Sweet Nothings is really heavy. I saw it on a Abby design video actually, and I loved it. But what I would do is I would go in and change it up a little bit to add some more wave and texture to it, but the heaviness is just so beautiful. It also could work just as it is, as its own like secondary headline or something like that. I really like this Molinillo font because it's so similar to this and would be honestly is almost fine as it is. There's a couple of things that I want to switch up, but it's pretty customized on its own already, and I would want to do a little bit more, so I'm afraid it's a little bit too funky and out there. And then this Kish Bold Ultra Wide I really like, but it's almost boring me, and if I remember correctly, I didn't like its, I don't like its cap. I don't like its all caps. So I liked it lowercase. So I'm not sure. I think I can actually just get rid of that one. And then these three are kind of, I guess this would be another secondary header to fight between. And then these two are kind of fighting as the body copy. And this one I'm a little worried is just like a skosh too thick, but I like the almost more handwritten feeling of it. And then this one gives me kind of too classic for a jewelry brand, like it's almost too obvious. In here, to showcase the typography, I actually used Padger, which is this thicker one, and I think I ended up liking it a little bit more, so I think that's easy to get rid of. And then it's just about how do these pair together. So those look really good together. I'm happy with it. So what would be a third font that would, look great with it? And I already think I know the answer. Yeah, so let me explain why I like this pairing together the most as opposed to this one. When you have a logo font like this one that has variability throughout the width, thick in some areas and then thin in others, there's a lot of visual intrigue within it. And then when you pair it with body copy that has no variability essentially and has consistency in the thickness throughout every letter and every piece of the letter, there's a contrast there. And so when you add in something like this Fuji font that also has a pretty heavy variability in the widths throughout, it doesn't give comforting feeling. Like it almost steps on the toes of the logo font. In addition to that, I didn't like the Fuji in all caps. I like pieces of it, but I liked it a lot more in lowercase. I don't think that would particularly lend well to this brand specifically. I want it to be in all caps for the headlines, so that doesn't work as well. And why I think this one is a better bet is there is some variability in the weights throughout this, but it's so bolded and thick that it provides a great in between the variability and the thickness of the logo font and the body copy. So I just feel like it provides a little bit of visual interest. It brings an extra level of like weight and funk to it, and it kind of bridges all of these together. So it's safe to say we can get rid of those. Okay, so now that we have some fonts picked out, I am going to take these and move them down. So even though we have a color palette figured out, I'm going to start the font, or I'm going to start the logo design in black and white. I'm pretty sure I've covered this before, but it just really helps seeing it in black and white and not letting anything else get in the way of the logo design. It just helps create the logo in the cleanest way possible. So I would definitely recommend starting off in one color before moving on. I'm going to outline the font, which is Command-Shift-O on a MacBook, and I'm going to ungroup it, which is Command-Shift-Group, and then off the bat, I hate how pointed these are on every single piece and the intensity of the variation. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of softness into this, not in every part though, and I'm going to not make everything feel perfectly consistent. I want to make it feel like it's been hand-drawn and a little bit edgy and things like that. I want to make it feel a little bit hand-drawn and unique. Okay, let's just talk about what happened. So I was going through and I really want the interesting caricature that I do to be kind of an irregular heart, and by that I mean it's not completely clean all the way around. I want it to be a little irregular, and a piece of that is that there's no like perfect meaning of love, and so I thought that that would be kind of reflective of that. And so when I did that, I kind of added this bumpy texture around the outside of the O, and then it got me thinking that all of the letters should be like that. As I was working through, I decided maybe some letters could be clean and some could be not, like perfectly showing that there are different types of love and different ways to love. And as I went through it, I just realized I didn't really like it, and it just didn't look super clean. So I went back to all of the letters being clean, except for the O. I really like it, and so I'm just gonna go in, and there's a few places that I don't quite love exactly how the letters look, so I'm gonna play with it a little bit, but I'm really liking what we've got going so far. Okay, I'm not loving this, and I'm very excited about this project, so we're gonna see what other fonts we can work on. Okay, so here are two directions that I'm thinking of going down. I no longer like this, so it's going. But I have this kind of wavy one that I'm loving. I actually like stumbled upon it, and it has this cool rough texture around it. I might clean those up into like a little bit simpler of lines, but then this one is just very fun, has a lot of movement but in a different way, a little bit more funky, and it looks really good with these fonts down here. This one also does, but I kind of have a feeling this one looks just like a little bit better as a package. But in terms of between these two, and like I would do more for designing the logo, but this is just to get an idea. I think I like this one more, but I'm going to pull this off to the side for now. I probably won't go back to it, but I really want to try to make this one work because I just feel like it's a little bit more edgy and fun. Okay, so I'm having a hard time. I cleaned up the extreme detail around these letters on this version, and I'm not quite sure which way I want to go. I really loved the like blown out effect of this one. It gives it an edgy feel while also kind of like feeling a little bit like a teddy bear and fluffy, and so I really like it. But this cleaned up version is more of what I was trying to do earlier when I wasn't quite getting the roughness that I was like trying. It was what I was trying to do earlier when I said like the O was kind of rough around it and I wanted other letters to be a little rough. I don't quite know. I feel like I executed that with this, and they both are so fun. The only thing is this doesn't have that effect around it, which I feel like might be a little bit, like it might need that more, which like I'm sure I can figure out how to do that. But yeah. Having a hard time picking. I think I'm gonna go with the blown out one for now. That very well will probably change, but I just want to see if I can make it work and see how I can add that into patterns and things like that. So now I'm just kind of tweaking the spacing of the letters. And honestly, I feel like this may be the logo. Usually I try to do like a little bit more, but I think that this is really cute. And so I'm going to make a little secondary logo and then a logo mark. Okay, so I've played around a little bit and I decided to go with the smoother version just because the little icon guy that I created, the heart guy for the logo marks, is just a little bit too smooth to go with the fuzzy. Here, I can show you an example. It just doesn't look as what's the word I'm looking for? Cohesive as this guy. And I thought about blurring him out, but I don't want all of these like little heart effects to become jagged and things. So this is the guy. These are the logos. So we've got our primary logo here. We've got our secondary logo here, and then our logo marks, 2 of them for variety, for fun. So yeah, now that we have that, I want to start adding in some color, which is very exciting. I just want to take a second to say thank you to Montana Clay Creations. They are allowing me to use their imagery for this. They are what inspired this entire video, and they actually are the ones who made these earrings, as you can see in this photo right here. So cute. So say thank you to Montana Clay Creations for this, and go give them a follow on Instagram. Okay, so it is the second day. I was having a little bit of a hard time with the pattern. I came up with this and I wasn't loving it yesterday. I think it's good today. I actually like it today. I think it's really cute, but it's not. I want to play with another idea. So down here, I want to do like kind of a play on candy hearts that you get on Valentine's Day. Those like cute little tiny ones that say like "Be Mine." I want to do a play on that, but use our little character and have him like speaking it. On top of it, being like a nod to those little candy hearts with our little guy having a speech bubble. I also think that it plays in really nicely with the name of the company, Sweet Nothings. I kind of thought about it because of the phrase whispering sweet nothings into your ear and them being earrings. Like I kind of thought that that was a clever way of kind of incorporating an idea like that. So this kind of shows the heart like whispering sweet nothings into your ear. So I think it's really cute. But yeah, let's see how it works and I will get going on creating this pattern. Okay, so I made this pattern and I'm actually really happy with it. I like it more than this one that I have over here. But I'm gonna keep them both just to see kind of what works best in total. But I'm really liking it. I think it's super cute, and I added in like a little bit of tiny hearts in there, and I think it's really working. I think it's sweet and still fun though. So now I'm going to quickly create some mock-ups for the products that we are going to be doing. I'm hoping to do a thank you card, a business card, potentially an earring box, and I have a few other things in mind. So I'm gonna get going on that. And the next thing that you will see is the brand presentation. So everyone welcome Sweet Nothings. All right, that was Sweet Nothings. I really think that I created something that I was wanting to create, what was in my mind. I put it out on paper. It kind of created its own little life, but I love that. I think that it's really good, and I think that that's the creative process in a nutshell. I think that this brand works well because it does take that naive, like innocent, kind of maybe even tacky or cliche version of like love and Valentine's Day and all the things we know about that and maybe even don't like about it. And it brings in this like edgy, fun, youthful, but not youthful in the same way, feel to it. So I think that it really does a good job at doing that. And then why I think that this works why I think that this works for the clay earring company is because I think a lot of clay earring companies kind of have the same feel to it. There's kind of a little bit of boho, lots of neutral colors. There's a very specific vision behind clay earring companies, and it's good, it works, they all look great, but I wanted to take this and flip it on its head, and I think that the way that I did it, it still fits into what it is, and it screams love, and it screams fun and quirky, and that's really what I wanted to do, and that's what the creative brief was for. So I hope you guys agree. As always, if you have any tips or tricks, please leave them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram if you want. I do a lot of updates there. I do some polls. It's more of a collaborative space there, so if you're interested in seeing a specific video or something, let me know. I'd be more than happy to make it. And a quick thank you to ENVATO. ENVATO is a really great creative resource. It's an online website. It's a website, and they provide fonts and photos and stock imagery and stock videos, so many different creative resources and assets, and they're where I get, I would say, 90% of my assets. So if you are interested in looking into it and maybe signing up, use my link down below. I am an ENVATO affiliate, and I genuinely believe in their products. If you watch any of my videos, you will see that I use them. But if you want to support me and support ENVATO and support yourself by creating your own things, use the link down below. It would really help me out. And I want to finish this video off by thanking you guys for watching and supporting, and I look forward to creating some more fun content for you, and I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a good night.